everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video I'm going to be showing you how to make two different types of clay pinch pot vases. If you've seen my previous video on how to make pinch pot vases, I've explained this method before, but this week's going to be a little bit different because we're going to be making much larger pieces and in two very different styles. So for the first one, as you can see, I'm making a nice ball of clay and sticking my thumb into it and pinching it out into two bowls. To make this particular vase, I'll be making two bowls, scoring the lips of both bowls and then sticking them together and blending it together to make one piece. Someone had actually sent me in a question a couple of weeks ago in a previous video asking why do I make two bowls and stick them together rather than making the whole vase out of one piece and just building it up from one piece, and I thought this was a very good question, so I thought I'd explain it. So the reason why I'm doing two bowls and sticking it together is because with a bowl it can be narrow at the top and wide in the middle and then narrow at the top again. So for a vase shape like the one I'm trying to create here, where I want a narrow, like a very small hole in the top, having two bowls, you know, with two narrow ends, top and bottom, stuck together, lets me achieve the shape that I want. So as you can see, this creates a nice, you know, like egg shape, so I can cut a very small hole in the top, so this will be cute for like a few dried flowers, that kind of a thing. And I'm going to be adding a neck onto this vase. This is really easy to do. I basically just create like a sausage shape and then I squish it flat and blend the edges together, and then I cut it to the size that I want, and just like when sticking the two halves of the pots together, I score the top and I score the neck part, and then I stick them together with a bit of water and start blending. The blending process, especially when doing a pinch pots, you know, can take a bit of time to get it smooth and, you know, looking neat and professional, but with, you know, a bit of time, a bit of patience, you can create a nice, smooth and well blended surface. For the second vase that I'll be creating, using a similar method again, pinch out two different bowls and sticking them together. But this one I wanted to be more of like a wider, chubbier kind of vase so it could fit more flowers in it than say a narrow necked vase, and I really wanted to turn him into like a cute little creature. So once I've made the basic vase shape and the wider top on this one, which was what I wanted, I added little arms just by making shapes, scoring the contact points and blending it in so that it looks, you know, seamless. And then I also wanted him to be holding like a little friend, so for this one I'm making an orange. And to make the orange, it's obviously very simple, just rolling a little ball and creating two little leaves. And I just wanted to point out the good thing about this clay, this is air dried terracotta clay, but it's actually reinforced with nylon fibers, so when you're making smaller little details like leaves, they're much less likely to break because it's got these fibers that make it stronger and hold it all together. And of course, because these vases are going to contain water at some point in their future, they need to be waterproof on the inside. Here I'm using a waterproofing agent, pouring some into the vase and rolling it around to get a nice even coat. And with anything I can't, you know, sort of touch up without spilling, I use just a paintbrush and bring it right up to the edges. For painting my vases today, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm using a spray paint for this one. So this is like a garden spray paint in lavender. I thought it was a really pretty color because I wanted to try out a different, you know, texture of paint. So as you can see, I'm spraying a very even coat all the way around the vase. I find that the spray paint gave a really nice even texture onto the clay, whereas if you're painting with acrylic paint, obviously it can create brush strokes. My dad saw me struggling to walking around the vase to get an even coat of spray paint, so he made me this little wooden turny table thing, you know, like a cake stand. And if you have one of these, or if you even have a cake stand, this would be ideal if you want to spray an even coat all the way around your vase. I left this to dry overnight and then I was able to paint little faces on them. So here I'm using white acrylic paint to create faces. I was kind of inspired recently by Japanese Daruma dolls, which have these sort of little quirky faces on them and they look really cute. They're obviously more like red and white, but obviously I wanted to do purple because purple's cute, so so I made these little faces, painted them on with white paint, and then later on you'll see me using Posca paint pen markers and drawing on the little details of the faces. And finally, I sealed in the paint and protected the paint using Mod Podge. So I have this matte finish Mod Podge, which works really well just to give a protective coating to the paint so nothing chips and things like that. So I just did one even coat. It dries perfectly clear and it dries really quickly, which is also great, and just keeps your pots safe, you know. And here are the finished vases. I thought they turned out super sweet. I absolutely love the color of this purple spray paint. I am definitely going to be creating many more purple pots because I absolutely love it, and I love the contrast of the white and the little black and red features of the faces. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, or if you learned something, please give it a like, and also I hope you can subscribe because I post videos every single Friday at 7 p.m. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!